Review.
Mount Panorama is a treacherous circuit, but at the crest of its dizzying 174-meter climb is a view of the Australian countryside so gorgeous that for a few fleeting moments, all that exists is you and the howl of a roaring engine. Moments like this one are what make Forza Motorsport 5 so special. This is a game that expertly captures the bond between car and driver, improving on a world-class racing simulation with just as much human touch as technical wizardry.
If you thought sports cars were about top-down cruising in the sunshine, it's time you introduced yourself to some sports cars.
Nowhere is that more apparent than Forza 5's redesigned career mode, where the hosts of Top Gear serve as entertaining guides through all manner of automotive styles and eras.
When it comes to cars, it should be relatively simple.
Far more flexible than anything the series has done before, this career mode gives you the freedom to jump between dozens of mini campaigns that are all open from the start, ranging from hot hatches to grand touring legends to modern hypercars. It's a generous structure where the only limit on what you can drive next is how many credits you have in your virtual bank account. All of this is made better by the introductions that precede each 90-minute or so series. Whether they're mocking the third-generation Ford Mustangs or recounting mid-70s F1 rivalries, the three hosts of Top Gear shine as automotive historians, lending laughter and context to every category of cars.
Never broke down once, except when Jeremy crashed it, because he's a moron.
That flair for personality extends into the new Drivatar AI system. The idea is that each car you race against in single player is modeled after a cloud-based version of a real player's driving habits. It's a system that succeeds in filling out each 16-car grid with distinct personalities, drivers whose behavior and tendencies you can never take for granted. Their mistakes are far less predictable than the vanilla AI of previous games, making those moments you capitalize on their errors that much more rewarding. Despite the focus on the human side of racing, Forza 5 has hardly forgotten its roots as a racing sim known for its absurd attention to detail. Improved tire physics really let you feel the camber in those banked corners, while the rumbling triggers on the Xbox One controller deliver valuable haptic feedback to let you know just how close you are to losing traction. And then there's the introduction of open-wheel racing. Whether Formula One or IndyCar, competing in one of these powerful single-seaters makes you feel like you're about to rocket into outer space. It's an experience every bit as exhilarating as it is terrifying. No matter which car you're seated in among Forza 5's eclectic selection of vehicles, the thrill of driving these machines is made that much more exciting by all of the little audio-visual touches. The way sunlight comes flooding through the windshield as you're passing over a cobblestone bridge in Prague, or the excellent orchestral soundtrack that makes each race feel like the climax of a Bond movie. Forza 5 is an absolutely beautiful game full of immersive detail, one where next-gen artistry and a steadfast dedication to racing physics work hand-in-hand to create an outstanding driving experience. And yet, this is not a game without flaws. There is a tangible sense of repetition as you progress through the career mode thanks to a track count that's roughly half that of Forza 4. But the tracks that did make the cut have received the full next-gen treatment. Classics like Laguna Seca and Silverstone are significant improvements over their prior iterations, bristling with race day atmosphere and up-to-date tweaks to track layouts. And then there are the new circuits, the sloping forest hills of Spa, the classical European streets of Prague, and the demanding ascent of Mount Panorama. These excellent additions don't remove the sting from the modest track count, but they do serve as a wonderful complement to the stable of well-updated classics. It's a similar story for the overall car list, which, while smaller than Forza 4, features a broad and exceptionally detailed collection of vehicles. Whether it's a Ford Focus or a McLaren P1, these vehicles look absolutely remarkable. Indeed, Forza 5 goes out of its way to ensure that everything carried over from previous games has seen meaningful improvements. The Auto Vista mode that debuted in Forza 4 has been expanded from a small handful of cars to the entire roster, while Rivals mode has been woven into the career to ensure that you've always got a friend's best time to beat, even when you're working toward your next extravagant supercar. Multiplayer is more feature-rich as well, with dedicated servers to improve performance and a lovely matchmaking system that lets you tinker around wherever you want in the game while it searches for an acceptable match. All of this combined makes Forza 5 an outstanding improvement to an already excellent racing franchise. It's far more than just a great racing sim, or a gorgeous example of what type of feats the Xbox One hardware is capable of. This is a game built on the romantic thrill of motorsport, and that love for its subject matter is all but impossible to resist.